Ah, Halloween. What a great time for gaming. So, while there's tricks and treats and plenty of games out, let's count down my personal top 5 things that creep me out the most in gaming. At number 5 is the Shy Guy Well from Mario Party 4. Specifically, why? The Angry One. When I was 8 to when I was 17, from when I was 8 to when I was 16, I was scared of this thing. I would not touch Mario Party for weeks because the lightning and the dark tone scared me. I'm not kidding. I was a wuss when I was younger. But overall, it's not that scary now, and that's why it's only number 5. But I'm not kidding. I would not touch Mario Party for weeks. One time I didn't even touch it for a month. Number 4 is based on stories alone. The famed Polybius. I actually did not know about this game until 2012, when, thanks to the game theorists, I know about this. This was used as part of a test where, as you got further and further into the game, excuse me, I threw balloon in my mouth, there is blinding lights causing things like LSD trips. No, that's a drug, so stay away, kids. But overall, just the horrible things I've heard about this game scares me to death. Thankfully, it was shut down and it's never to be seen again. But I know a friend of mine is still on the hunt for it and wants to play it. Sometimes I fear for his sanity. And no, it's not Blaziken. I had such a tough choice for number 3. It was either between the Happy Mask Salesman, Ben, and the old Zoras, but now I chose the Moon from Majora's Mask. Its really creepy appearance and the fact that it's hurtling towards the earth in Majora's Mask gives up a creepy factor, as well as the atmosphere it brings into the player's mind. Excuse me if you hear that, I'm chewing gum. But overall, it still kind of creeps me out to this day. But not as much as our next 2 entries. And this is where the creepy factor jumps up in difficulty. Now this is where I start to feel sick to my stomach. At number 2 is Voldo from the Soul Calibur series. Excuse me. Oh god, I'm not kidding, I actually do feel kind of sick from talking about him. But Voldo. Okay, I'll try not to hurl, but okay, ever since appearing in Soul Edge, Voldo has been searching for it for his deceased master. By the way, Voldo is from Italy, so kind of an extra creepiness there. But overall, he walks backwards. Like, you can't see it now, but I'm like doing like the Voldo walk, and I really feel like I'm gonna fall over, so I'll stop. But he's sort of like this zombie thing that has gotten creepier over the years. I mean, he sort of got creepy in 1. In 2 and 3, he wasn't as creepy, but in 4 and 5, they just made him creepy. Just, this guy makes me sick. I'm good with him, but I hate looking at him. If I could actually know what I was doing with my eyes closed, I would gladly do that, but Voldo just creeps me out enough to where he takes the number 2 spot. But number 1 was traumatizing from the moment I saw this character. Has traumatized even the creator of this character. And overall, it's just crazy what theories have come up from this thing. If you've paid attention to any Earthbound lore, you know who this is. Number 1 has to be creepy, provide weird imagery, and have theories behind it. At number 1 is Gygas. Gygas, for said, is the evil power halting Ness on his whole adventure with people who have control of their mind. Is a force that controls people's just by the evil inside their mind, animals, and these bunch of creatures and some space things. Gygas plans to destroy the Earth from 10 years in the future, and you're not supposed to be even a part of this. In the beginning of the game, I showed my blind play, and Ness was dragged into this. And Gygas, the fight's really creepy. I mean, the first phase, it's not bad because it just looks... Well, the imagery is horrible because it looks like the inside of a woman's, you know. I'm not referring to it here because I'm trying to keep this friendly. But after Pokey, after you defeat his 1800 HP, or 1740, excuse me, I want to be specific, then he turns the Devil's Machine, and it looks like this abomination. And when you pray a couple times with Paula, then the outline is of a baby in the mother's womb, which causes the fetus thing that it's a theory for abortion and different stuff like that. And it's the first time I saw this thing, it haunted me to death. I literally couldn't sleep that night I saw this. But now it's not as scary, but I'm actually giving myself a challenge. By the time this video being out, it will be Halloween. So if I don't post a video about this prior, I am doing a challenge to myself. Considering this is the creepiest thing I've ever seen in a game. I am putting myself in a dark room while playing Earthbound in the middle of the night, playing this boss battle. Fail or success. Overall, this thing is creepy, it's got horrible imagery. It's even scarred his creator because of an accidental movie he came into, which he thought was a rape scene, which is not. But Gygas is creepy, and I'm going to stop this segment before I become too lightheaded from talking. But Gygas is by far the creepiest thing I've seen in a video game. The only thing that isn't... It's lasting, but I've seen the fight way too many times to know the outcome. So I'm not spoiling it for those that haven't. If you haven't, go look it up.